Good evening. This video I want to show you that the anti-dispensationalists cannot read 2 Peter 2:1. It's no accident. They can't. Peter's making a dispensational distinction here in 2 Peter 2:1, talking about false teachers, not false prophets. These guys want to go to Matthew 24 and think many false Christ, 24:24, many false Christs and false prophets among you, thinking we're in the same period of time. They don't want to put a church age in, and that things are changed, and that that prophet issue will come back in the future. So this guy named Fannin, when he put this, he was he was okay with Anderson. Now since then he's been on the outs with Anderson. When they got rid of Donnie Romero over the adultery issue, with prostitutes, there was an opening at Steadfast Baptist Church, which I think is in Fort Worth. That's true it is. They have satellites and all those stuff. But Fannin wanted to take that church over, and Anderson put Shelby in there. This guy Shelby, who also is teaching Jesus Christ is the Father. They have some other guys a video showing that. Fouled up. So listen here, 2 Peter 2:1. False prophets and damnable heresies. In the middle of the video, he says the word teaching again, but then he goes right back to the idea of false prophets. He's just trying to make a small point here. These guys can't. They look right at the verse.
But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in.
Now Peter's talking about in the church age. There were false prophets in the Old Testament, and the church age is going to be false teachers. No gift of prophecy.
Damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. I want you to keep a finger here, but turn to Acts chapter 20. As it's talking about false prophets coming in among the people, pulling them.
No, it's not talking about false prophets coming among the people. It's talking about false teachers. See what I'm saying, people? They can't read. They can't read.
Away with vain words, I can't help but think about Snake Baker.
Go back here. Just go back.
Covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. I want you to keep a finger here, but turn to Acts chapter 20. As it's talking about false prophets coming in among the people, pulling them.
Does anything word about false prophets coming among the people? Teaching pernicious things? No. Peter said there were false prophets. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies. False prophets and damnable heresies. That's the title of his video.
Away with vain words, I can't help but think about Snake Baker. Yeah. I mean, it's just, is it random?
It's about Tyler Baker and his modalist heresy. Another guy, he wants to put a spin on modalism like the hermit in Maine, so he doesn't want to be called a modalist. But that just shows you, with these guys looking right at the verse, people, and because of their blockage with the issue of dispensationalism, they can't read the verse. Look at the title of his video. It's not a slip of the tongue. One time in the video, he goes in here talking about teacher. He says teacher, but he go right back to prophet, because they look at prophecies. They look at the prophets. They think the Old Testament. They don't see the break. Peter's talking about teachers. Teachers, false teachers. And when Anderson did, he basically tried to get out of there and talk about the people in the congregation. He wanted to get away from the idea of teachers. The issue Peter's pointing out people in the pulpit. This guy Fannin, he's making the issue of Tyler Baker and making a point that he's a wolf coming in and things like that. But he still almost a prophet. See, they want to talk about, they think, well, there's no church age. They think there's, or that, we're replacing Israel, and they want to, compare us to Matthew 24, false Christ, and the end times, false Christ, and false prophets. Well, we're in the end times of the church, but in the end times of the tribulation period. So I just want to show you that. Look at the book and the King read it. Amen. Thank you.